We do it again, and I be in my head now.
Straight through.
Alright, you right, straight through. You ain't never lied. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Put Spins. This is a great episode. We have episode 210. And we have the whole group with us today, guys. We haven't stopped laughing. You know it's good when we can't stop laughing.
Yes.
So we having a good time, okay?
So as Brandon said, we have the whole group here, and we also have our special guest, Miss Melanie Spivey of Strut and Slay. Melanie is a confidence coach here in Cleveland, and she helps you to have great nonverbal communication, telling you more about yourself, more about intimate conversations with others, and how to just build, grow, and continue to thrive in an ever-changing environment, getting very comfortable with yourself, finding your flow. We love Melanie. We have been having so much fun with her today. But without further ado, Melanie, please introduce yourself.
Come on, girl, with introduction.
Come on,
Okay. Thank you guys for having me. I am Melanie. I am the owner of Strut and Slay LLC, and I specialize in confidence. I am known for my heels classes because I'm an instructor first before anything. So I have a heels class, and that heels class kind of morphed into other things like hip hop, chair class, we have twerk class, line dance class, reggae class, a little bit of everything. So I specialize in confidence for the everyday woman.
Yes.
So I can learn the Tamia dance finally.
You know, you
okay.
pull up on me.
So I can't get that. I can never.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah, I got you.
I got you.
Appreciate you. So I got to ask you, and like this, I like saying this question, but your hood, Cleveland born and raised?
Cleveland born and raised.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so what if you had to represent a hood in Cleveland, what hood would you represent?
South Euclid.
South Euclid. That's the hood. Okay.
Yeah.
So Brush?
Brush, yep.
Okay,
All
that's
right.
good.
Cool.
So was entrepreneurship always on your mind growing up? Or?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Tell us about your journey.
It's all about that.
My journey, what's crazy is that I've always been a dancer. Like I feel like I've gotten this from my mother. She was a dancer, and so I've always been in talent shows. I'm talking about from like first grade on to 12th grade. I've gotten so many videos and won a lot of talent shows and things of that sort, and been out of town at different like events and showcases and stuff like that. So I've been doing it since I was younger, and it's just always been a passion of mine. But never did I think that it was going to morph into something when I became an adult. So as far as my journey, it's been kind of a crazy one. This kind of landed on my lap after I struggled with confidence of actually having my children and being a wife and things like that. I was stuck in my head because what I used to be in my past, I'm like, man, I was so vibrant, I was so young. I didn't know how to be that person, being an adult without worrying what other people thought. So, with that being said, I felt like I celebrated my 5-year business as last month.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I didn't even know it would go that far. It was just an idea in my head. And I was thinking like maybe 1 or 2 classes, but it kind of took off on its own, which I'm thankful for. But I would say after I had my daughter, which was 7 years ago, I had a friend that we recently reconnected. Well, we reconnected then, and she was telling me about a dance class that she had went to, and she was like, I think you'd be a perfect person for it. We were wearing heels, and she showed me a video. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. But again, at that time, I had gained weight. I didn't have confidence. I was postpartum. So I was like, I want to do it, but I don't know if I can. So she convinced me to do it with her, and I went to this class, and I had a ball. The only thing is I did not feel like it was inclusive. So in the moment of that, even though I could admit I was insecure then, because I've gained weight. There was a lot of things going on in my head, and I just didn't feel, it was very cliquish, and I just didn't feel very welcomed. Mind you, it was a lot of younger ladies there. So again, I'm like, I should be comparing myself to a 20-year-old, you know what I mean? But again, I'm stuck in my head at that point, and I'm like, man, I had a ball, but why isn't this inclusive? So that's when I came upon the thought after I left that class. I said, oh baby, I got to make this shake. I know I could do something like this and apply me to this to where the everyday woman will feel that welcome. So then my one good friend who took me to that class was like, do it. And I was telling her, like, I'm thinking about maybe having a day of heels class and just inviting the moms I know and see if they would be interested. And she's like, do it. This has always been you. But again, I was so scared of what other people thought back then. But baby, you can't tell me nothing now.
So that is a real thing. First, I heard you say something that a lot of women go through, and that's been a personal thing for me. After having children, we morph, like mentally, physically, and though like our spouses might be okay with it, when you're not okay, you're not okay. You're not good for anybody.
That's right.
And you do care. Like a lot of us are. We say like it's whatever you go this summer gonna get whatever body I give it, but in the back of your mind you're still like, ooh, they're still gonna see it. Maybe I should buy a wrap, or maybe I should wear a one piece or something. So how did you navigate that struggle? Because it's a process. It's not like a day or whatever, right? How did you navigate going from I no longer care to or I definitely care till I no longer care, because that's tough.
That is very tough, and I'm going to be honest with you. It was a journey. I feel as though, although it's one thing with me is, and that I've learned from other people that also tell me this, they would never know that I am like insecure. Not now, but I was lacking confidence because I was too busy trying to pour into them. So even in my class, I'm definitely a coachable person. Like, girl, you got it, because I'm giving them what I wanted to hear in a sense. Okay. But also, I strongly believe that I'm a girl's girl. Yeah. So when I see somebody doing something, girl, go ahead. That's how I am. That's always how I guess that's how I've been raised. But I'm going to honestly say this. It wasn't until last year when I decided, and I told myself, first of all, when I said, okay, I think I love myself. Like, I know I'm comfortable within my skin. I'm truly, once I hit that, and I recognize the gifts that God gave me, and then I realize I'm walking in my purpose. Oh, baby, you couldn't tell me nothing. That's when it hit. That's when year 5 for me. I'm telling y'all, I stopped in like November. Not stop my class, but what I did is I pulled back and I said I want to do some, like, I was working on myself, but also working on my business, like how I'm gonna come back for Q1 on my 5 years. And when this journey took off and I was just doing my grind. What's crazy is when I felt like when I started walking in my purpose and walking on my journey and saying I no longer care what anyone thinks, that's when it went to the next level. And what I mean by that is the end of December, for me to even get an email from Grammy Award winning artist Coco Jones, her assistant, that said she would like to do a private birthday party with you. I knew then.
Yeah.
Come on.
I knew then. I was like, all right, I get you. I hear you, God. This is my call. I'm walking my purpose. I'm okay with me. There's nothing. When I peeled back those layers, I said, I no longer care what anyone thinks. That's when it took off. That year 5 has been crazy for me. And I'm not saying this on anything cocky, but I can't. I don't have that. I'm booked and busy. I don't have no time off. I'm not listen. I'm on a grind. So there's things about my business I haven't even announced yet because I can't get to it just yet because other things are happening. And I just have to give God the glory because again, when I start loving myself and walk in my purpose and my journey, He showed it out. He showed out.
Come on.
So there we have it. But I'm thankful for all the struggles that I've been through, even with like whether it's like relationships or my weight or anything of that sort. That's what built my character. That's what built me to today. So for me to sit in this seat and tell y'all like it is what it is. I'm good, and that's where I want other women to get. Any women that's around me, I want them to feel the love and the overpour because we are all stuck up here a lot, even from what you see on social media. And you know how many women that attend my class like, girl, this is not what I thought at all. This is a key. I'm coming back. I'm like, I told you. I think people look at the video sometimes and it comes across as intimidating. I can understand that. Some people are like, girls come across like a music video. And I'm like, that's just my videographer. He's just a goat. Like, but what I will say is everyone walks away. Like, I feel so empowered because I always say the same thing. I start off my class and I say this. I said, while we go through so much in life, I said, but in these these closed doors for these 2 hours, we tune into each other and we get it in. We leave all of our life situations at the door. We tune into each other. We're going to get this empowerment today. Because I always say, empowered women empower women.
Absolutely.
That's a good one. And I love something that you said that I think all entrepreneurs, like a lot of people, they would think, like you said, you went to another class where you seen where not the advantage or where you can do it better. And I think a lot of people, entrepreneurs think, oh, that's just me taking an idea. No, that's an idea in itself because you're doing something different. You're doing it in a whole different way that's different than that initial idea. So I want to give the person watching this who's like, I have an idea, but it's kind of like what someone else has. Run with it, you know.
Yeah. And honestly, I never take away from like I admire people. Like I get inspired. I feel as though, unfortunately, with with a lot of businesses, people are so far in competition with each other. I'm just not that. When I get inspired, I give people their flowers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I also feel like competing is a crab at the bottom mentality. Collaboration and stuff like that happens at the top. You're going to get very far with that.
Bing, 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 bing.
And that's just what it is. And I'm not gonna lie, everything hasn't been roses these 5 years. There's women who's come to my class with a plot, and they planned and schemed and did some other things. But I feel like I never needed to confront.
Right.
I just move accordingly. But what I would tell you this is, and I'm glad I've never done this, is because I peep things for what they are. But again, I'm so tuned into myself and with God in my journey that I didn't have to say anything. What God will do is prepare a table in front of your enemy. Come on now. Okay. And he's going to bless that tenfold. So you're going to see this blessing today. I don't feel like I need to confront anything or anybody. But
she always be right here. Yeah, that's real. No, I love how you said that. That's
real talk. It's real talk. I'm very in touch with people, but also I have to call a spade if I see there's, I got to move accordingly. But I love everybody, child. But just go from a distance. There you go. From a distance, baby.
This is my type of girl.
Okay.
Okay, so one thing I love about, because like you said, watching you guys is amazing, but as somebody with no rhythm.
You got on camera? It's on camera.
They know
Cool.
Come on, girl. Oh, hold on. I'm going to go back here, bounce.
That's all I got. That's all I got for you, but it's going to look cute. I'm going to dress it up. But you do well at teaching others how to just find themselves in the process. And watching you all, and like the videography is nice, the lighting is nice, but I believe dance is a very great way to have a nonverbal communication.
Absolutely.
And we talked about this earlier about how, it's communication, but it's also a monologue. Like I'm talking to myself, for myself. Like this is specifically me in the mirror and me reminding myself, like, hey, you are enough. Not only are you enough, you're desirable. You have it, and what you don't have, ain't nobody else gonna know you ain't got
That's
it.
Right.
And I can see that not only in just you, because sometimes the instructor be hitting and the class be missing sometimes. You know what I'm saying? The instructor keep going like, okay, we here at your audition. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't feel like that. At least from the outside looking in, it looks like it's very inclusive. Everybody's having a good time. There's always smiles and laughing. And the only time I see somebody with a straight face is they're really in their like sultry mode. Like, oh, baby, I'm about to give it to you. So how do you do that? Because it's tough to have a talk with yourself, especially when I'm undressed.
Oh yeah.
How do you first do it for yourself, but then also teach it? Because it's one thing to do, it's a whole nother thing to be able to have somebody do it so well that you can explain it to others so that they can emulate you to do it.
I think what when I would go to other classes, and again, my class is so different, even though like there's several classes in Cleveland, but my class is so different because I wanted to be inclusive. And what I felt like what I wanted if I was to go to a class is what I try to pour into. So I'm very like, I don't like to leave anybody behind. I'll be like, I call my girls strut queens. I said, no queen left behind. Where you at? Where you need me? What count you missing? Because I'm going to come up to everybody and, even if they're shy, like, girl, it's okay. Because by the time, I always tell them too, I said, by the time, everybody be shot from that camera. But I'm like, girl, by the time you figure out who I am and what it's about, you be like, girl, where that camera at? And everybody, they ready for their shine. I'm telling you. So what I would say is I'm very personable. That's one thing. When I'm personable, and then also I always like to give a compliment to a young lady, no matter what. I'm a girl's girl. So I don't care if it's your eyes, your hair, your what your outfit is. I'm going to give you your flowers. I'm going to give you a kudos. Like, girl, you did that. And I feel like that and I have other women that's like that. I call my girls OGs. OGs are the girls who've come to my class more than 3 or 4 times. You kind of you graduate, okay? And one thing about an OG is that if I'm not around, what happens is during breaks and stuff, it's their responsibility to go to a newbie and you make them feel welcome. So that's how it continues to, flow. And it's so necessary because I have been places where I'm like, oh, I don't want to talk to anybody. Nobody's talking to me. I don't know what to do. I don't ever want it to be that vibe. And if it ever was that vibe, I try to make it right. Like, girl, this is not that. Let's come on in. So as far as body positivity, Again, I love to give women their flowers, and I always tell my class is a no judgment zone. I always say that, no judgment. You can be yourself, and so that's what people see. They might see some twerk, and they might see girls giving sexy, but it's the class itself is not like that. The class, when you get in there, it's almost like a basement party from back in the day. It's the DJ rocking, the girls in the mirror with their phones having a good time. You know what I mean?
That's a generational thing. Basement party.
I show my age right there.
As soon as you sit out.
Yeah, we all.
Figure
out how he can come.
Man, listen, we might go there.
Yeah,
But I have a question for you, Melanie.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: so, a person that has, because the difference between a hobby and a business, how do you structure your business to do just that? Because one thing, everyone likes dancing, right?
Yeah.
But the difference is make it to a business. How did that go?
Yes. I'm not gonna lie. It was. I don't want to say it's a struggle because I love what I do. But, when you throw business into it, you have to realize, again, it is a business. So sometimes when you don't feel like doing something, baby, you got to strap up your bootstraps and do what it do. So I do know that.
This is a great time in Cleveland tonight, and I think what we look at is black excellence on display right now.
I feel blessed. From the moment I walked in the door, I heard Mr. Wheaton and congratulations and everything. Now all the way up to upstairs, same thing, man. It's a blessing.
I am feeling really grateful, very blessed. It's just an amazing experience to be able to be in the room with so many amazing people and people that are game changers and world changers. That's breaking bread and making businesses in Cleveland, Ohio.
This is a night for the books for not only Cleveland but Ohio. I'm so proud of Tenora.
Oftentimes, what I used to try to do so much is make everything new, and I had to realize this, girl, you can recycle this content. Everybody ain't seen this. And I make it up.
I don't need that one time. Because everybody thinks to reinvent the wheel. Like, man, listen, I got agents inside our brokerage all the time. Brandon, how do you do it? That stuff be recycled.
Hello?
The stuff that work.
Yes.
Reuse it, rebrand it.
Rebrand it, chop it up, everything. That's kind of how I alleviated a lot of my stress. At one point in time, I was stressed.
Yeah.
Like, man, maybe I shouldn't be doing this, which was crazy because my husband like, girl, you'll be all right in a week. You know what I mean? Because he knows this isn't really what I love. So pretty much it was me recycling my content and then also thinking of different ways I can use it. And one thing about it is now I realize this brain of mine don't ever stop. So
I know all too well.
Oh yeah. So these visions that I have, and I also had to realize too, the vision ain't for everybody. So I can't tell everyone what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? So, and that's how I feel like I've gotten so far with what I'm doing and why it's so authentic.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I mean? I feel like that's why it's so authentic, and that's why people can gravitate to it, because I'm not trying to be nobody else but me. But not only that, and I'm trusting myself. When I bet on myself, I mean big bet, and big bet, and that's it took a mind of its own, and I knew it was something. Like, again, you never know who's watching you. So when I'm talking to Courtney Jones, and she in my face, and you don't know who's watching you. It's little on me, like wait. And then I'm going out of state, and it's like my sister lives in Atlanta, but I remember going to a couple of bars with her, and it was a young lady who was like, "Oh yeah, I know you. You the girl with the videos." Excuse me. She's like, "You did that." It was a City Girl Twerkulator video. She was like, "Girl, that video was heavy." All the girls. But I'm like, dang, you really don't realize the power of social media. And again, I'm so in my head. And one thing I have to learn, and I've learned this year, is to live in the moment. I am what I've caught myself doing is, all right, I got this coming up, and I'm already worried about the next thing without focusing on what's today.
Come on, man. Tell them,
and I'm like, here we are. We're in the fifth month.
That's a bar.
And I haven't even realized all the things that I've been blessed with to this day. And when I look, I'm like, whoa. And there's some stuff I haven't even dropped yet, but I'm like, wow, God is so good. But Mel, take your time. Take your time. You know what I mean? So, even y'all, like as a confidence coach, I got flaws. You know that we in this together. We learning. It's the thing called life. We learning it together. So. You know, and I also noticed the power of networking. Man, let me tell you, I don't want to take over the interview, y'all.
No,
but
Right.
Listen, I didn't network with so many people, so many lovely people, and it's just not. It's sometimes not what you know, it's who you know.
That's facts.
You know, let's talk about it. And then on top of that, because of who I am, and I give my mom all her flowers and how I was raised. I don't move maliciously. Like, that's just not my thing, right?
Yeah.
So when I do meet people and I have good intent and they have good intent, like my name has got mentioned in rooms that I have not been in, that I can't even, and they come to me like, oh, so-and-so that said something about you. And I'm like, oh, I only met her one time. Thank you, Jesus. But I go, you just never know. You never know. And that's one thing about it, I'm very, very humble. So some things don't register of what I did. I remember talking to, shout out to Dayron from DJ Low Key, and he always speaks life into me, and he sees me as this like big person. I'm like, well, you the one that's doing it. I'm just right here. But he's like, I remember I was doing the Shades Bridal Expo, and I was doing a demonstration, and I had all these people around. And again, when I'm in the zone, I'm in my zone, so I don't pay too much attention a lot. But I hear him from the sidelines like, man, you better tell them people what you just did and that you just instructed Coco Jones. And I'm like, I'm so, like, I clam up when I talk, right, I'm good now, but I clam up talking about me. Like, I'm like, you know, I don't want to,
understand
you know what I mean? I don't, and I don't know. So, again, I want to tell people that walk in your purpose, okay? Walk in your purpose. You will just, oh my God. I can't
I'm in the interview. I'm listening to you. I'm like, I'm going to be like,
do what you do. It's so funny in my class, if somebody hit a word, I'll be like, book.
Oh, man.
And my DJ has that sound, so let me tell you, my DJ has that sound, like, he always hit that. I go, book. And I always say, ew. If somebody says, I'm like, ew. They're like, ew. That's how I am, y'all. Full vibes. But, okay, what was the question, Charlie?
No, because, like, this is how I think. Because I know.
The business and a hobby.
Yeah, because, I mean, some people have a passion, right? But they don't want to charge. They just love doing what they're doing without knowing how to structure it, put a price on it, and put a time limit on it. Because you can dance all day,
period.
But, you know, class only for an hour, charge for hours, so on and so forth. That's my question.
So, being honest, it took me about a year or two to get that together. Because, again, I didn't know my worth then. I was year 1 and 2, I'm doing stuff. Sometimes I'm doing stuff for the free. Sometimes I'm like, but then eventually at year 3, I was like, wait a minute now. You know what I mean? Like, I know my worth at this point. Like, I know what I'm bringing and I know who I am. And so I have to stick with myself until I found myself appeasing customers. Like, when I give my price, they're like, okay, that's too much. I'm like, well, then, baby, no. Oh, no.
Find less.
I mean, you can't get no discount at Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This designer over here, baby. So it took me a while to realize that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Good.
So, I mean, and that's okay. I'm not for everybody, but I have to know. I know my worth. So, yeah. I'll say it took me about year 4 or 5 to finally transition to my passion to my business. It really did. So, now I know how to balance the two.
Yeah.
And there we are.
No, that's a great answer right there. Because I know, like I said, people are passionate. So we got artists, musicians, all the people who love doing what they do, but they don't have a structure, like I said, put a price to it. Because unfortunately, we live in a society where you have to. Yeah. If not, you doing it for free, and you lose the drive to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
So I got another question. I know I got a question.
Oh, got a question.
What do you feel like the biggest misconception people have of what you do?
Ooh, child. Oh my goodness. The biggest misconception is that we just some sex entity. No. And I understand that from a man's point of view. But I guess women too. But that is the biggest misconception. Although we do have, but here's the gag. And I think it comes across like that because the biggest classes are my heels class and my chair dance class. Because that's what women want to feel sexy, right? So those are the most talked about. But then we can get into twerk too, but you know, that's talked about too. But like, dang, y'all, when I be doing line dancing and when I be doing hip hop, y'all be saying nothing. But when then when I do some heels, they're like, oh, this is a sexy class. Like, girl, guys. So I feel like the biggest misconception is that it's just all about sex. And it's far from that. I know that sounds crazy, but I have an empowerment class. Now, don't be wrong. Sex appeal is a part of it once you get comfortable with yourself. So, but again, people leave out the door like, man, this class is not even what I thought initially. Like, and not in a bad way. They're like, this feels good. I'm going to bring a couple of my girls. You know what I mean? And keep in mind, too, I have women from 19, and I've had women attend my class that was 80 years old. That's how full across the board it's been. Everyone wants to feel either sexy or get something back, and I speak to that because that's what I mean as far as when I wanted to do something all inclusive. That's exactly what I meant. So when I'm gonna go back, and when I walk in my purpose, God has showed me you are on the right track. Just the ages alone, everybody's not doing that, and that's okay. But what I'm saying is, I know He gave me that vision for a reason.
Yeah. So empowerment is a huge thing, and I think a lot of that comes from just past when it comes to women's rights, women's liberation, and always fighting for finding our struggle or finding our peace or our place within society, period. How do you help women to balance? Because now it went from I'm every woman to my soft girl era. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't need a man to, baby, find me, please, rescue me. So how do you balance women and their thought processes when it comes to women empowerment to let them know that it's okay to be, like, you can be both. And either way, if you tap into that empowerment, you can own either lane that you choose. So what are your thoughts when it comes to, like, women's liberation and things like that?
I'm an advocate for what you do is what you do, okay? But that don't bleed it into somebody else or judging anybody else about it. You know what I mean? I'm full of empowerment, so I'm going to say, stand your ground and feel how you feel, but don't knock the other queen's crown off.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So what I try to do is, this is where you guys had Darcia here before. That's my girl. Okay.
Now, I'm gonna say that's who led us to you, by the way.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Just throw that out there. We talk about people. Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's my good Judy, and I've collaborated with her a few times, and we've recently done a collaboration as far as confidence, dating, and mental health and intimacy. And those are the topics that come up as far as like women's liberation, our bodies, our minds, our spirit, all of the above. And we always start her class off with a confidence walk, which is where I come in. I call them strut walks. But we've had these heart-to-heart conversations in her groups. And I feel like when we kind of let our guards down to one another, then we tend to be more attentive. We're not listening to respond, listening to hear.
Right.
So it's hard to, what I will say in my class, it's hard to talk to the ladies after 10 minutes. They're like, girl, we want to shake some ass. Sorry. So I do say my little empowerment spiel, but if I do have an upcoming, like a group class that we're going to talk about different topics because we go through so much in life as women, and don't get me wrong.
Shout out to y'all, by the way.
Thank you. And
be real on that.
Funky butt. But what I will say is, like, man, there's been times where I've scrolled on my timeline and I see someone who's attending my class and they're struggling with something, and I'm like, damn. So I'll reach out via DM, and I'm like, we have the same story sometimes. So there have been times where we'll talk briefly in class. Somebody's talking to the next person, and like, oh, girl, you going through that too? Give me your phone number. And I'm like, you know what? I gotta create something. We have to have a strut and slay girls day.
That would be nice.
Yes. So all the queens come around and we can just talk about our topics, non-judgment, and we just lean into each other and help each other out wherever we can. Whether it's resources, whoever's like, there might be licensed therapists that have come to strut and slay. There might be people that like, hey, my son needs a basketball team. Oh, girl, I got that. Got the information. Like, resources is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're helping each other out, and more than just dance. It's more than dance. When I say empowerment, that's exactly what I mean. I want us to lean into each other.
Because you questioned up today.
I stay ready.
That is a testament to being able to be around you all day, because we have been soaking up so much from you that it's like, oh, I got another one. And just to be able to have the opportunity to pick your mind is great. I love that you are very confident yet vulnerable, right? So it's not like I'm confident because I put this wall up, y'all might go penetrate the wall, da-da-da-da-da. I think the confidence and the beauty of your confidence comes from that fact that you're vulnerable enough to expose not only yourself, your story, but also your methodology to help people get through there as well. So when it comes to vulnerability, that's a big issue for us, whether it's women, whether it's minorities. It could also be just entrepreneurs, creatives, because I'm sharing a part of myself and I'm putting myself on display, and sometimes that's tough, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us, we always talk about it. Perfectionism is our pretty procrastination. When you said you still, you're still working through that perfectionism. That's something that you have yet to attain, yet you have amassed so much within the process and going through it. How did you learn to navigate and be very open as far as being vulnerable? Because, being half naked is one thing, but clothes naked ain't nothing compared to like actual vulnerability and intimacy. And you are pretty much an intimacy coach.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
You know what? It's so weird. Like, I am just me. What I mean by that is I can't be nobody but me. I don't know how to be. Like, I can't. And what I mean by that, people that know me. I have always been an open book. I don't know how to hide a facade. I just don't. So when I talk to someone, I'm very, not TMI, but I'm very real. Like, I just don't know how to be nobody but me. But I think that that comes from my mother. My mother was kind of like that. She always instilled confidence in me at a very young age. So I always had confidence. But like, I also realized when I got older, like in my teenage years, I started to dim my light for other people. I would turn off my confidence because, and then now at my big ass adult age, I realized like one thing about confidence and some women that lack it. There's nothing wrong with lacking confidence, but what I will say about this is you cannot allow my confidence to offend your insecurity.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So like that's at that point that's called hating, and that's what people and I had to realize because I used to be a people pleaser, so and I was like I'm never good enough but I don't have to be good enough for anyone. You know what I mean? But myself. Right. So I also realized that like being me, I'm not dimming my light for anyone. And I feel like once I fell in love with myself and my purpose, it's been golden after that. I can't allow anyone to sway who I am. So that therefore I'm always going to, and I feel like people see my light before I did. That's the reason why I felt the need to dim my light. Because they were like, how dare you? Like, people like you, dim that shit down. Like, you know what I mean? But now that I'm older, I realize, oh, that was projection. That was projection. You know what I mean? It was never a me problem. You know what I mean? So that's why, I mean, I try to pour into women, but not everyone's receptive, and that's okay. And I feel like, okay, she's not there yet. You know what I mean? I have to also realize being a confidence coach is that I'm not here to fix everyone. Sometimes it has to be self-work. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I read energy, like you said, off HUD. I can read energy too, like, oh, she's not ready. You know what I mean? No matter what I'm going to tell her, it's not going to persuade anything. Right. That's self-work. You know what I mean? So as I became an adult, I have to realize like there's a lot of projection. So a lot of people don't like people that are liked or loved. And I had to realize that again, I'm a likable person, and that's not me. I just know my gifts. Yeah. So if someone, why is she so positive? Why does that offend you? Right. You know what I mean? You know. So I had to be like, okay, I gotta keep on being you. One or two bad seeds doesn't throw me off. You know what I mean?
That's good.
Yeah. So it's I don't recall what the question was, but
that was a great answer. She was long-winded, but I have a better question.
I was long-winded with that one.
So, and this is I feel like it's for all entrepreneurs. When it comes to building your business, how important you say building a community is? Ooh. Because like nowadays, you kind of have to have a built. So everyone tries to think about, oh, they have a huge social media following to have a business. Wrong. Have a community or whatnot. So how would you, when you heard it, how important you say have a community?
I'm gonna tell you, from my personal experience, because I don't have a mass following, because I'm authentic. And what I mean by that is I'm not poaching anybody. I'm not poaching nobody else's clients. I'm not like if you find me, you found me. But I'm not. I don't ever feel the need to come and grab or I'm just not that person. I'm just. But I will say this: hard work pays off. It's so cliche, but it's the truth. It's the truth. You work and stay diligent, remain on your course. Everything will take itself off. Everything will go to the next level. There's a lot of people that know me. I might not know them, but I realize it's the power of me working. Yeah. It's me working. Yeah. It's the work speaking for itself. So therefore, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's real though.
Yeah. I mean, it's the work speaking for itself.
People gravitate to that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I respect. One thing about it is I respect the hustler.
Mm-hmm.
I do. And again, whether it's a man or a woman, I respect the hustle. And again, I'm the type of person, I don't get intimidated by that. If anything, I want to be around you. Ooh, how they getting that? I'm inspired. How they getting that?
Yeah.
What you doing? I need to be around you. What them conversations like? Because your circle again defies how you're levitating as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you're at a table with someone who's like maybe small-minded and isn't on the same wavelength, you gotta reevaluate. And there's no shade to them. It's just that you gotta level up where you want to be. I found that out too. Yeah, but.
Man, Melanie was 2 hours long. That's what we new thing.
Say, that's what I'm gonna know. That's what I'm gonna know right there. She got you. She got us good.
Okay. So we talk about the past, we talk about the present, talk about the future. What does the future hold for you in your business?
Woo! That's a good question.
That's a good question. I did all right.
Now that's a good question. Lord, I you know what? I'm very curious myself. I don't know where this will take me. I've got to do his big one these past 5 months, and I ain't even hit the half year mark.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel as though since I'm remaining diligent, although I've been busy boots. I'm not gonna lie, and sometimes I'll be like, dang, I need a day off, and I'm like, girl, you pray for this.
Yeah.
It's been 5 years in the making. Like, hello.
I'm sorry, because I make that face, because, you know, that.
We gon'
we gonna leave that by the wayside. No, I get it though. But you gotta be ready for what you pray
That's
for.
right.
You gotta be ready for it, and that's when I have to will myself back in. And I literally had to give myself time. The summertime is coming up, and I gave myself a month to chill out, and then I'm back at it. But I've been praying for this. So as far as the future, what that holds, I don't know. But the way he's been doing this big one, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm somewhere touring with an artist. I don't know. I'm just speaking into existence now. Hello now.
Come on now. Okay. All right. So, like everyone knows, here on the podcast, we have our simple questions that we ask our guests, because I love these questions, because, you know, everyone answers.
He came up with them.
That too. And they're very unique.
All
you know? Everyone answers unique, and I love hearing the answers that we get. So, and I love, because once again, we met you from Darcia. Shout out to Darcia.
That's my girl.
So the reason I bring it up, because at one time, as we all know, Cleveland was not known for collaboration.
Yeah.
In your opinion, how do you feel like we change that narrative of Cleveland not being a narrative place? I mean, clapping place.
Yeah.
We know what you mean.
Self-work. Self-work. I'm gonna be honest. Self-work.
Yeah,
start with thyself.
When
you are comfortable in your skin, it doesn't matter what he doing, she doing, he doing. Because I'm telling you, so-and-so's blessing don't block mine. And you're allowed to shine. And maybe he's not my winning season. You know what I mean? That's okay. I'm hype you up. So when we come, I feel like with self-work will then help the community get to the top. We can do more of a collaborative effort. And I'm gonna be honest, I've been blessed this past year to collab with the people that I have been collabing with, because they don't see anyone else as a threat. It's more like, how can we elevate each other? How can we do that? And we've been doing that. So, like here, this is amazing. And what you guys just told me, what you guys did yesterday, like, again, that and what you just described to me, I'm like, oh yeah, she's a girl's girl.
Oh, yeah, I love people.
You love people, like, you know what I mean. So there's no competition. There's like, let's talk. So I'm all about it. Self again. It starts with self.
Yeah.
We tell ourselves that we are good enough and we're secure with where we are. Then the next person's status, whether they're here or down here, we can elevate each other.
Pull up.
Experience. Oh man.
No, that's good. That's good. No, that's a great answer, by the way.
Yeah.
And I feel like this flows right into it. But who would you love to collaborate in the future?
Ooh, like in the city of Cleveland or just near
everywhere.
Oh my Atlanta. Oh man, that's a good question.
You know, Usher looking for some, you know what I'm saying, some dancers. Usher, I know you watch Usher.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on Usher, because I was an Usher fan, child.
I forgot to ask the other question. I forgot the most important question.
We want to rewind it back? Take that. Rewind it back.
Whoa.
Usher. There you go.
Well, I'll ask it because I'll ask you what song would you say gets everyone going, you know?
Oh, at my classes?
Yeah.
All right, let me tell y'all this. All right. It does depend on the mood, but Ratchet is Sexy Red.
I know it.
It would never go out of it. It's either Meg or Sexy. And right now, people have been on the Sexy kick for like a year. And I'm not going to lie. Sexy has some bangers. And here's the gag. I realize why I like sexy so much, and I know right now it's different for like black women. They like, ugh, why sexy? It's anyone that's a millennial. She's stuck in the era
of carrying that load? Drop the house. Gutter Properties will buy your house as is with offers up to $300,000. Need serious repairs, liens, taxes, or judgments? We'll work through your unique situation to get that house off your back. During your free, no-obligation appraisal, we maintain social distancing and take every precaution to ensure your experience is safe. Drop the house. Gutter Properties. Call us or visit gutterproperties.com.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
When she did the Soulja Boy like remake and the old,
exactly.
I was like, oh, she tapped into something.
And then Hurricane Chris, that bow, bow, bow.
Yeah.
That's Halle Berry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know, I love music.
Yeah.
Halle Berry.
Oh,
Halle
wow.
Bow, bow, bow.
Wow. I didn't.
She's
coming back,
right.
You know, I'm in the music deep, so I was like, oh, wait a minute.
So
That explains why we like her so much.
Yeah.
She has the hood jams. You can't. Yeah. She got the hood jams. You can't. I just told you basement party. So she got the hood jams on lock. So I'm like,
I love 808s. You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
It could be the 808s too.
From the basement party.
Yeah,
From
from the basement party.
You hit the part.
There you go.
Okay.
So yeah, it's definitely sexy at this point. It's made
Is
for
it any
sexy.
sexy river or just one song?
It's any sexy river. Right now, it's that Get It Sexy.
Hey.
My DJ, shout out to my DJ Music by Austin, by the way. He has this thing where that's what he says all the time, no matter what. Get it sexy. So if a girl is dancing, he goes, yeah, she gonna turn up more. He say, get it sexy, get it sexy. Yeah, she got the class on lock.
Okay, all right, that's
I would have never guessed.
Mhm.
But that makes
Who would you think? Who would you think?
I was thinking like a Meg, Cardi. If he was doing more sultry, I was like, okay, something Beyonce, like Dance For You or something.
Now those are songs like if we have a routine, like we have routine songs, but keep in mind our class is like a party, so we have breaks, and my DJ is throwing on the getting the girls hype. Getting them hype. So he's playing everything, and there's been time. It was actually at Darcia's event. You Darcia. She collabed with me last year, and we did a reggae twerk class.
Ooh.
Crazy. So I had my girl Crystal doing the drinks mixed by Monique. That's my girl. And she had that party lit because we all drinking. She's the bartender at that point. And then at the time,
literally.
And she messed around and gave my bartender my DJ a few drinks.
Oh man.
We be responsible for keeping each other on task. Like we'd be like, all right, no, he'd be like, all right, breaks. All right, we got to right back in. So since he was in his zone. I mean, he was playing them jams hit after hit after hit. And I'm talking about throwing it back. So he up there playing some Luda. He's playing everything. At that point, everybody lost their mind. I was like,
it's such a party.
It turned into a party. I was like, I don't even think I can finish this class, this routine. And the girls didn't want to. They're like, keep the DJ, keep it going. Keep it going.
Run it back.
Man. So yeah, it honestly it's more of a party, but sexy gets it going. Cardi and Meg, they cool, like people dance to it, but when they want to go off, that sexy gonna get it every time.
I'm like, hey, y'all got the sexy real quick? Yeah, I already know what time it is. I got to
Hey, you want me to drink something? I cannot get it sexy.
Come on, rich baby daddy.
I'm gonna hand over this pretty man.
Well, we ain't find out who you want to collab with.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
we got called Sexy Red.
That's
right.
Collab. That is a very good question, and all right, everybody. If people don't know, I'm like president of Beehive. But this is before Beehive was even a thing.
I know Beyonce watching. I know
97 gang, I was Beehive. But nonetheless, I'm not talking about collab with Beyonce for the obvious reasons. That woman's work ethic. Man. And I'm not gonna. This is a shameless plug. Her birthday's September 4th, and so is mine. So I understand the Virgo thing. And as far as work, like hard working, because I am like so driven. Like I'm kind of like a perfectionist with certain things, but I'm so driven when it comes to certain things. I have to get it done, and I admire that woman's work ethic more than anything. So I feel like I would be able to learn from her. Yes. So yeah.
Come on, Beyonce. I know you're watching. I know you are.
Like, what's the vibe of Cleveland? pull up the spin. Let me go see
Pull
what's
up
going
the
on.
spin.
Pull up the Coachella. Imagine pulling up the Coachella to go see. We're gonna go see their routine.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get him. He gonna know before we get there. He's saying no, but he gonna be saying yeah.
Yeah, I know that's right.
That's right.
Well, listen, we've been having a very good time with you, Mel.
We have.
Okay.
We definitely have.
So
We had the wine out. We had the wine out.
She give you a natural high. So if you guys are thinking about, after she get done asking questions, I got one more question to ask. But for sure, she gives you a natural high. So if you are even thinking about it, and you ain't gonna rhythm like me, we can go on the same day. We gonna pull up together. Okay.
You have insurance? I don't know.
First of all, you can wear tennis shoes because she got more than just heels class. She got chair class, she got reggae, she got hip hop,
and heels are not mandatory.
Dance.
Heels are not mandatory. When people say, I don't know how to, I don't have any rhythm, or I don't dance in heels. I'm like, well, it's not mandatory. You can bring your shoes, your tennis shoes. So people have brought tennis shoes, and they're like, okay, now that I know the routine, I'm going to try it.
Right.
Make sure your shoes are Velcro, okay?
These heels is Velcro. Why are you talking mess? I got it together. Look, my sis got me. She got girls.
I got you, girl.
She be like, where do you want me to hold you? On the side. And the camera comes. Just make sure I ain't leaving. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be on the blooper. And either way, we're going to have a good time. Period.
Well, like I said, having a good time with you, Mel.
Sorry.
No, y'all good. And I'm sure that those who are watching also have been just inspired and motivated by your confidence, by what you're doing. They're ready to strut their stuff as well. And so Mel, when it comes to speaking of legacy, because you're gonna have your legacy gonna be bigger.
Oh, thank you, girl.
You just
Come on,
get
speak
started.
into existence.
You just get started. So, what would you like the legacy though to be for you as an individual, as just Mel, and then for you for Strut and Slay?
Oh man, that's a really good question. Legacy for myself is that she was unapologetically her. Always. When you say Mel, oh yeah, that's Mel. Like she ain't. That's her. I think for my business, there was nobody else that did what she did. And if they see something, that's male coded.
Yeah.
That's Strut and Slay coded. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So it's
dope.
inspiration behind the next one.
And I'm glad you said inspiration. So my next question, I'm sorry I didn't ask this earlier, but my biggest thing is, like, I grew up a dark-skinned girl. And now, like, dark-skin, it was always in for men. It wasn't always like that for women.
Yeah.
So I struggled with confidence, period. And I always had a little butt and a little boobs. You know what I'm saying? Now I got this little push, I won't budge. However, being a young girl and having, like, you wish you had representation first, but also fun places to build your confidence and grow natural talents and skills. I love that you actually have a class for that for young girls. So can we talk more about that?
Oh yes, thank you so much. That's that was a good alley-oop. Because I do have an upcoming class actually on Saturday, May the 11th. It is a teen girl hip hop night. So it's actually I brought in the range, so it's from ages 10 to 16. So any parents, coaches, dads, moms, friends, family, nieces, aunts. Grab a ticket for it's linked in my bio if you don't follow me here.
And in the show notes below.
Yeah. Show notes below. Thank y'all. Okay. Because what it is, I'm teaching at a young age and how we can empower each other and feel confident. So it's gonna be a good time. I'm gonna teach a routine. We're gonna do some TikTok dances. I'm gonna have my DJ there. I'm gonna have actually kid mocktails. I have my nephew pouring mocktails. It's like, with the candy and all that stuff. So it's gonna be fancy. 360 booth. So it's going to be a good time for you to bring your besties, your friends, so y'all can have the end of school year bash. Because again, I want to instill positivity and let everyone know you can have fun by doing this. You don't have to be the best dancer. You can still have fun, and there's no competition. People that don't know each other are going to meet each other, and they're going to vibe with each other and have a good time. That's what it's about.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I thought that was just an amazing thing that we're doing for the community, and it starts. Like you said, a lot of your stuff started because that's just who you are. And at that age, we're still trying to find who we are. It's something amazing that you're doing for the city. So thank you for even putting that together and coming with that vision and not only having the idea, but the execution to see it through.
Yeah.
So we will definitely be there. Parents, pull up to get them nieces, nephews, daughters, anybody who want to come through. I'm gonna have me a mocktail, a Shirley Temple wet on Elmer. It's gonna be a vibe.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. All love.
Definitely. Okay, so as we are coming to a close, for those that are watching, Mel, what would you like the 3 biggest takeaways for them to gather from today's interview?
You dropping them joints all day.
Man.
Lining up. Bow, bow, bow.
Bow, bow, bow.
Right, my bad, see?
You know, that bow, bow, all sexy rig.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Told you, you can't deny me. I'm telling you. That y'all be coming up with some good questions now. I'm thinking.
We try.
I would say 3 takeaways is self-work. Self-work. Not only does it help you, but then it projects to everything else in your life.
That's good.
Okay. And then, and what I mean by self-work too is whether it's even therapy or just recognize accountability, like recognizing your flaws, that like, oh man, that might be something I need to work on. It's okay to be vulnerable and actually have accountability. That's learning yourself. So that's where self-work helps. Secondly is if you want to do something, do it. You don't have to confide in everyone to make something go pop. Sometimes you have to move in silence. And this is so funny. My brother, God rest his soul, he was a Wayne head. But he always used to tell me, Mel, real G's move in silence like lasagna. Like lasagna.
Woo!
And
one of the greatest bars of all time.
Brother, the greatest bar of all time. That stuck with me. Move in silence. I move in silence because, again, everything is outside noise can be distraction because everyone doesn't see your vision and everyone is not secure within themselves. They might try to deter you from whatever dream you might have. So with that being said, just remain diligent and move in silence. And lastly, I would say another takeaway is reward thy neighbor. Okay? It's okay if it's not your time, if it's not your winning season. You can commend other people. You can support other people. And it still be okay. You will get your moment. Okay? So those are my 3 takeaways I would
Those
have.
are great takeaways.
Those are amazing.
Amazing takeaways. And this is the most important question of the whole interview. Where can people learn more about you? Where can they attend your classes? All that good stuff.
All right. Well, you can learn more about me on Facebook or Instagram. My social media handle is at strutandslay216. So again, that's one word, not a symbol. strutandslay216. Link is in my bio as far as how to purchase different tickets or different events that I'm in. You'll be able to do it that way. Or you can go to my website at www.strutandslay216.com. Again, www.strutandslay216.com. I have tutorials. If you are not there yet, to where you say, I don't want to come to class just yet. Okay?
I'll come to class regardless, but I'm still going to watch.
If you want to do it at home, you can now buy tutorials online, whether it's fitness or whether it's heels. You can buy them on my website for at-home experiences, and you can also purchase your tickets for my class on my website and get your merchandise from my website. Your twerk shirts, your sports bras, your t-shirts. Come on, Queen. Let's go ahead and get in it.
No queen left behind.
No queen left behind.
And for all my people who are dyslexic, who like struts, how you spell strut? The nut is in the bio, is right there. You look at the video, right below it. It's all information, so you can do it. Yes. We can't thank you enough for coming.
I can't thank y'all enough. Y'all are so dope. This whole thing was dope. I appreciate it. This is very dope. I appreciate you guys for having me. I feel like the energy was real.
We're trying to have a good time here, you know? We're trying to put this experience in there. There you go. I wasn't even trying to go there or whatnot. Y'all, but we gotta pay some bills real quick, y'all. So, guys, listen. All roads lead to the Pink and Black Honors.
Yes.
We will be there. We will be there having a good time. So, are you gonna be there? What Marquita say? What she say all the time, y'all?
Don't beat me. Dang, Nabbit. Don't beat me there. Beat me there. But no, seriously, we had an amazing time. We did the Myrna Minority Network and Resource Expo yesterday. It was amazing. We have a couple more events coming up. But either way, when you see us post it, please be there. Pull up on us because we are phenomenal at being in the right rooms and creating the right rooms for dope people to meet each other, even if it's just putting a mirror to yourself and showing you who you are for real. So get in the room. You'll learn more. You'll grow more. And you'll actually get something out of the room more than just, inspiration. You get actual information phone numbers. We'll tell people to pull up on you. We'll pull up ourselves and invite you to come pull up.
That's right.
Our next event, June 9th.
We still working on that.
I'm going to tell y'all the date once I know it for sure.
Yeah.
But what it is we're doing another Let's Talk About It.
Yes.
We all know business and relationships get real tricky, and sometimes it can be taboo, but we're not going to do that. We're going to get in the room. We'll have panelists this go around that are single, that are in their dating stage, and that are full-fledged married, talking about everything under the sun when it comes to business and relationships.
Absolutely.
Pink and Black Honors is all about building relationships. And if you do not know, voting is open right now. It closes May 17th. Please make sure that y'all vote for Entrepreneur of the Year, Mr. Brandon Gates of the Black Experience. He is a finalist. He is a finalist for Entrepreneur of the Year. And if y'all know, like I know, because we on 210, my bro don't stop. He is huge at committing to the community. He commits to himself, but only because he walks in the purpose that he has to making sure that you guys know that each other exists, creating those great spaces. And even creating an experience, for sure. It is going to be a time to be had. Not only do you need to go grab your tickets for the Pink and Black Honors, it will be June 22nd.
Yes.
But you need to go and vote right now, because when I stand up and I'm the loudest one in the room, I need to be looking around and seeing that y'all clapping and giving my bro his flowers.
I know that's right.
So please make sure you go vote, and then go and buy your ticket to the Pink and Black Honors. It'll be at Severance Hall, June 22nd. Please be the one that was here experiencing, not the one that was talking about it later on, trying to hear about it, right? It's a big difference. And a lot of the times we hold ourselves back because we are not where we need to be at the right time. Where y'all need to be is wherever the pull-up is. So come pull up.
Oh, that's right.
I hit that one time.
All right. Anybody got anything else?
I endorse that message, bro.
I'm glad you know. Not that you're nobody, but
I was like, wait, put my phone, put my phone charge right after this message.
the link will be in the description as well as on all of our bios. Please make sure y'all do.
All right.
Shout out to Brandon.
Yeah,
definitely.
Shout out to you today.
Thank you. Oh my God.
That's it.
Bullshit. What's on my eyes? I don't know what's going on.
All right, let's just let it flow.
It's allergy season. That's what
Oh,
it is.
man.
Okay. And and guys, make sure you tune into my podcast.
Come on,
We
all
told again weekly episodes, whether it's financial, whether it's relational, and whether it's lifestyle. Again, having great guests on, and we just take topics, really expound on them. And again, the overall goal is that it be a positive change where if y'all can learn from our mistakes, then we know that it was a story well told. So I can't wait to see you guys there.
Absolutely. If y'all rock with us, that means y'all rock with us.
Absolutely. Brittany is us. So
Absolutely.
definitely
Absolutely.
get off of this one and go on to the next one.
I'm emotional.
And I want to finish this out and talk about you, the person watching, you, the person listening. Guys, last time I said we're at 7.6 million views now. We were at 7.5. We at 7.6 now.
Ooh, numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie.
Don't lie.
Don't let me talk, because I'll be getting my Drake mode. Let me, you know what I'm saying? But I don't
Don't
do
do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
But no, but in all seriousness, it lets us know that you guys want to hear great stories like Mills and get inspired, get educated, and get empowered to do what God's called you to do. So we can't thank y'all enough for once again subscribing, commenting, sharing, liking, because it lets us know, once again, Cleveland City, but the awesome creatives, the awesome innovators, the awesome entrepreneurs we have in the city, y'all want to see, y'all want to hear and listen to these stories. So we can't thank y'all enough, okay? So listen. This is episode 210, y'all. You know what I'm saying now? Roll to 300. It's on its way. It's on. The way we going, it'll be here before something's over.
Right. Right.
So we can't thank y'all enough. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Bye.